Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Is this the first time you're watching me? I really appreciate if you hit that thumbs up button. If you like what you see, subscribe. I do video content, whenever it comes off the dome or when the inspiration hits and all that fun stuff. So, like I said, keep on notifications just that way you can catch me for the next video. So you're probably wondering, first of all, before we get into all of this, you're probably wondering, well, Trey, where you been, girl? Girl, Kuwait Bees has been boring. And it finally got good. That's the long and short of it. It's been boring. I'm not gonna lie. It's really been boring. And I was just like, you know what? This is just, I'm not covering this shit. I'm sorry. There's just nothing thing to cover. And I mean, it's not, mentally I've been doing good. It's just like Kuwait just has been boring. And I'm like, I've just been like, how can I turn any of this into interesting? I was gonna do the first Kuwait Rage talking about FFG, but honestly, that one just, whew, let's just say there was just a lot of things said that just hit my spirit personally, and I said, you know what, I can't get through it. I'm not doing it. So yeah, but anywho, so of course, but finally, Kuwait got good. We got some tea, and we're gonna talk about that tea, honey. But now, I also want to basically preference by basically saying before we start, understand it. Look, okay, we, basically do not take this as 100% fact. I mean, again, we still don't always know, and I want everyone to just understand that we take what is being said with a grain of salt. Remember, we're dealing with a bunch of liars here. Chantal, if she's awake, she's lying. If it's Nader, and if it's involving Nader, he's a liar. Salah, I'm pretty sure he's a liar. And Allah, we don't know him that much. I mean, hell, but we know that, and we don't really know him. So again, take everything with a grain of salt, and it's up to you as the viewing audience to come up with your own rather conclusion of whether if you believe it's true or not. So please take that in mind before we get started. What I'm basically going to do is I'm going to just read off the tweets that Mo Translates basically put out, and I'm going to just give my thoughts and opinions about, if about what I think about it, rather than reacting to a video or anything like that, because I mean, again, I have a lot of thoughts on these things that are being said and these things that are being alleged. So let's just get right into all of the things that are being alleged and basically being said. Okay, let's get into it. So I'm gonna have the tweets up on the screen for you guys to be able to read along while I go through each point and talk about them and break them down. Okay. So let's start. So the first tweet starts off with, Nader revealed some points after speaking with Allah. Chantal and Salah are not married. Salah worked at Panasonic, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, as a salesman. Then he quit, and he quit another job. He never owned his own business. Salah's dad is a university a university professor, and he hates what Salah is doing with Chantal. Okay. So let's go over these points first, okay? So let's basically start off with they're not married. I think that's honestly kind of a given how quickly they got married. From what Chantal is saying, we know that they're not traditionally married, or rather, excuse me, they're not married as far as like married was it on paper. I mean, hell, they might be married in the eyes of Allah or God or whoever they basically they worship, but they are not married as far as like they are seen as husband and wife. Okay, because baby, just because you buy 2 rings don't mean shit. I'm sorry. Just because they bought rings don't mean shit's naive. Okay? It just does not. Alright? And plus, from the research that I had seen personally, I just like, apparently, there you have to, listen, if you're 2 foreigners, you have to go through the embassy in Kuwait in order to be able to get married. So I'm like, well, what? Y'all got to go through the embassy and all that? And I'm like, girl, they didn't go through no embassy. because he's not a Kuwait citizen either. Because you're not, because just because you moved to Kuwait does not mean you are seen as a citizen. You are still seen as a citizen of wherever you were born. And Salah was born in Syria, so he is still considered a Syrian citizen. He's not a Kuwait citizen, so they're both foreigners. And I'm like, okay. Now, to be fair, Kuwait has a lot of people who immigrate there, her. But basically, I'm just like, girl, you mean to sit there and tell me that like you really wanted to sit and believe that they're married? Also, I don't know if y'all saw that live stream from last night, honey. Well, her live stream from last night. Girl, he's literally laying in bed. I guess he has to go to surgery or something. And not only that, but like, you're up all night. You mean to tell me you stayed up all night, while he was asleep? But we'll get to that one. We'll get to that. You know what I'm saying? And now him working at Panasonic, then he then quit one job and then quit another job. Now, I don't particularly think that this is a lie, because I'm like, this is very specific, and I just don't think that basically there's anything to really gain from lying about that. I think that honestly, this is like one of the things that I'm like, I don't really see what's the point of lying about this. Plus, I mean, it's not the realm of the idea that he quit a job and then quit another job. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, that's just not. I mean, plus we know people love to quit jobs, and the reasoning for quitting his job will basically come along later on in the thread. But with this right here, just him working at Panasonic and he never owned a business, clearly he did not own a business. Because him sitting there talking about, oh yeah, I bought perfume for Chantal. I bought perfume for Chantal from Allah, but yet y'all are supposed to be supplying perfume for all of Kuwait. That makes no sense. And he never owned a business. Baby, we knew that. And so Salah's father being a professor, and he does not agree with what Salah is doing with Chantal. Again, look, was it y'all remember when Chantal was asked about how the Salah's parents feel about all this? And she said everybody's getting adjusted to it. That's code word for they don't like my stank ass. They don't agree with us being married and what we doing, and we're doing some, and that's on period. Okay, that's the thing. If they genuinely loved it, Chantal would be all like, oh, his parents are so lovely. They accept me. I have a family. You all know she would be literally sitting here bragging her ass off, literally just saying all kinds of shit. Y'all know she would. And because she is not, clearly, they are not happy with her, and they're not happy with their son doing what he's doing. And I'm like, because y'all doing some shit and knowing Chantal, there's some shit going on. There is some shit going on. So let's get to the next few tweets. To the next tweet, okay? So the next tweet reads, Salah and Chantal are broke. Salah sold his car. He never fully owned it to pay some of his debt. Salah and Chantal moved quickly from the old apartment because they fell behind on rent. Chantal gave Salah $4,000 in Canadian money, and when she got to Kuwait, she then gave him another $5,000 a few days later. Okay, so let's break this down. Salah and Chantal are both broke. Again, I'm not shocked that Salah is broke. I mean, okay, look. I don't know the landscape of who's the ballers and the shot callers in Kuwait. I don't know what a high-end Kuwaiti apartment looks like. Is that saying the right word? Kuwaiti? I don't know. But from the apartment that we saw, the very first one, baby, that did not look like no high-end place. So, I mean, to me, it literally looked like the equivalent of a studio. So yeah, I can believe he ain't got much money. And then Chantal being broke, I'm pretty sure Chantal had. We look. It is not hard to believe, or even really, not even so much that it's hard to believe. It's not like, you can clearly see that there has been a dip in. So was it not? Well, I wouldn't even say subscribers, because really her subscribers strangely has been going up, even though the view count is down. Even with reaction channels, no tea, no shade, even some of their views are down. Interest in Chantal is just it's starting to become the low, or starting to be at the lowest that it's been in years. So I can imagine she has taken a pay grade down. You know what I'm saying? She's taken a loss. And then not only that, she recently had to basically change memberships from like $5 to like $2. And I'm like, girl, you going broke. You ain't got the money like that. You do. And I'm like, seriously? And she said, well, no, I just changed it for people to have the incentive to want to basically be a member. No, your ass is going broke, and that's why. And you need people to basically come back, because you done sat here and done blocked every freaking paid member. I'll never understand that shit. How the hell do you block people who are putting money in your pocket? But that's Chantal for you, okay? She will literally block people. Now, the next thing is that Salah and Chantal moved quickly from the old apartment because they fell behind on rent. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I thought at first, okay, or rather, what I had heard at first was that the reason why they moved was because Salah didn't want Allah to know where he lived. But now hearing this, see, this is more believable, and I'm just like, they probably did fall behind on rent because they broke. Or they falling behind on money, and most likely that apartment is probably cheaper than what that they got. And I'm just like, because it was weird how they just all of a sudden moved, and she's just like, oh, Salah just randomly went out here and just found one, and just, it's just easy to get an apartment in Kuwait. You just go to the apartment and just say, I want that one, okay? And then you just magically get it. And I'm like, Chantal, that's not how Kuwait. I'm sure that's not how Kuwait works. Because that's not how anything works in life. I'm pretty sure there was more to it, but but again, guys, she's such an expert when it comes to Kuwait, and she knows what's going on. And I'm like, okay, girl, you really want us to believe that you can just boop get an apartment just like that, girl? Girl, okay, I didn't know you had it like that, okay? Y'all remember how in Ariana Grande, she's like, I want it, I got it. You want it, I got it. And I'm like, okay, girl, you balling, girl. Shit. Okay. So then the next part is Chantal gave Salah $4,000 in Canadian money. Okay. So was it? So then you have to do the conversion. Hell, that was probably only maybe about like what, $1,000 in Kuwaiti money, because it's like, I think like, it's only a quarter, because the value of their money is only about a quarter of the value of what Canadian money is. So it's only probably about like 1,000 Kuwaiti dollars. And then she gave him another $5,000 a few days later. Again, Chantal has been known to pay for men. We know this by given how we've seen how much money she spent on Nader. We know that, look, she's paid for gigolos. And again, like I said, I am nothing against people who do sex work of any kind whatsoever. But like I said, shout out to all my sex workers. Y'all shout out to you, boos. But like I said, it's not outside of the realm for Chantal to pay for a man. It's not that crazy. So again, I can believe she's giving Salah money, because why else is he here? Like, you want me to literally sit here and believe he's here for love? Bitch, who's gonna love Chantal? Ew. I'm like, ew. That's not possible. Loving Chantal? Okay. Okay, you want us to believe in fairy tales? Look, that's a fairy tale. Loving Chantal. Okay, that's. So the next tweet basically says, Chantal and Salah still owe money for the camping trip they did with their friends. They were supposed to pay their share for food and camping, and they never did. At the camping trip, Chantal was supposed to help clean, but she didn't help with that. Okay, now, can I believe that these two grimy people did not pay their way at all? You damn right. Because apparently, weren't they supposed to like bring some form of food? Did we see them bring any food on that camping trip? No. Did they even mind you? Did we basically see them bring anything? No. Who? Did we see them contribute anything? No. Okay, and you want me to sit here and believe that Chantal would, and plus Chantal sat there and said she had a headache. So, and you know why she had a headache or a migraine? Because she wanted to get out of cleaning. I believe it. I wholeheartedly believe that. Look, that's not even a lie. That's the truth. I believe that. This bitch would do some shit like that. She would be like, ooh, y'all, I'm so sorry, but like, my head is hurting and I just can't do it. And so they're just like, okay, fine, you fat bitch. Just go somewhere and sit in the corner while we do all the work. Girl, I can imagine his friends were over Chantal. And I'm sorry. I can imagine, like, honestly, when they said they were going camping with friends, I was just like, hey, I'm sorry. Hey, I wouldn't, no. I couldn't, no. I just couldn't, no. I couldn't imagine just being like, yeah, so you're gonna sit here, you gonna meet, was it, what? You want me to sit here and be cool with this bit? Nope, couldn't do it. Nope. Anyway, let's move on to the next tweet, honey, because this is where it starts getting juicy. So, this is where shit starts getting spicy. It says, Salah quit his jobs because Chantal promised him money from YouTube and that she will get him papers to fulfill his dream of coming to Canada. Salah's family and friends still care about him and hope that he will get rid of Chantal after he realized she is lying to him. Oh, girl. Okay. Now, this is where things start getting real spicy. Okay? Like, spicy. Alright. Now, do I believe that... Now, the first part of the tweet saying that Salah quit his jobs because Chantal promised him money. Again, this is not hard to believe because Chantal... Remember, y'all... If I remember correctly, because someone was telling me that, now was reminding me, not telling me, excuse me, reminding me that basically Nader had a job, and he had Nader quit his job, okay, because she promised him money, okay. Pete had money, or rather, not Pete had money, excuse me. Pete had a job, and then Pete quit his job because she promised him to pay his bills. Okay, so Chantal promising men money in order to be able to take care of them. Again, this is not hard to believe because Chantal is a creature of habit. And yes, I mean she's a creature of habit. But emphasis on the word creature. Anyway, hey, then the whole thing about him and his dream about getting his papers and coming to Canada, honey. Okay, now this is where like I want to be careful because I don't want to basically just put something like that on somebody, because this is where we gonna have to start taking some things with grains of salt. But I'm going from what I have heard from other people as far as like how, you know, green card scams and stuff like that goes and all this other stuff. I'm not gonna sit here in front. in my opinion, keyword here, in my opinion, conspiracy allegedly, all this stuff, I gotta say all that, allegedly, in my opinion, and, alright, I think Salah is doing this for a green card. I'm not gonna front. I think he's doing it for the green card. And I'm just gonna be honest. Okay? I think he is doing it for a green card. And that is literally why we're seeing, why they're doing all this and why we have Kuwait and all this other stuff. It's for a green card. I'm just gonna be honest. Okay? I'm just gonna be honest with my feelings. Okay? But like I said, again, I want to literally reiterate. This is my opinion. Okay? This is allegedly, not fact. Okay? Because again, this is where we got to be careful, right? He don't, like I said, this is not full on fact. Hey, this is just from what Allah is saying, okay? Just remember that. Okay. Now, I think it's sad because, it, from what it seems like with Allah, and it does seem like people do care about Salah, and it's sad that he is, if let's just say if he is doing all this for a green card, that he's literally essentially sacrificing his friends, his family, and he's just dumping on all of them to possibly get over to America. And I'm just, not America, North America, excuse me. He's trying to come to North America, and it's just like, girl, Canada ain't all that. Canada ain't all that. It is not. Hey, like, I'm just like, girl, or rather, excuse me, if you want to come over here, it's like, there's a right way and a wrong way. Now, well, apparently, and also this is where I ain't gonna front. I had to basically do a little bit of digging, and now y'all know I'm not the hugest fan of FFG. But from what I've heard, okay, apparently what had happened was there was a point in time where Canada was allowing people to come into the country, or rather from Syria, which I remember, what was it? If I remember correctly, I remember Justin Trudeau saying that, hey, yes, people can come to, if you're from Syria, you can come to the country due to all the things that were going on over in the country. Now, if you basically wanted to come there, apparently some of the stipulations was like, okay, hey, it was mainly like if you either had to be seeking refuge, or you had to basically be a married man, like basically in order to basically be able to get Canadian citizenship. If you were a single man, like a single Syrian man, you did not qualify in order to be able to get into the country, because at that point they were afraid for stuff like, I guess, like terrorists and all that kind of stuff, and that was a part of the reason why. Again, this is just according to what I've been told from FFG, so take this again with a grain of salt. All right, so basically now, so that's why. So possibly the reasoning as to why it is possible that he could be doing all this is because, say, like, in order for him to be able to get into the country more easier, he would have to be a married man. Which I'm like, if that's the case, again, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? And it probably is a part of the reason why Chantal was at first sitting here saying that, oh yeah, we're getting married, I'll be going back and forth between Kuwait, because she knows it's going to take time. She has to go back to Canada and then somehow get their marriage recognized in Canada, or basically get all the things, basically they know it's going to take some time. And then they saying at the time they want to be doing some traveling and shit. And I say, okay, girl, because hell, you trying to do whatever you can to help him get into the country, girl. Stop sitting here fronting shit. And I knew, I'll tell you this, I knew some shit was up The moment that she said that, oh, he don't want to be a Canadian citizen. He don't want to come to Canada, but I'm not moving to Kuwait. And I said, now hold the fuck up. You who not moving to Kuwait, he not moving to Canada, but you supposed to be going back and forth? People, come on down. The map is not mapping, sis. It's not mapping. Like I said, and then you got her, was it her VI idiots literally just sitting here just believing anything and everything that she's saying. I'm like, okay, y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. Y'all stupid. Okay? Stupid. Girl, like, clearly there are things she's not saying. Clearly. So the next tweet says, Salah is half Egyptian. His mom is Egyptian. His dad is Syrian. This could explain in his ability to travel because he is not just Bedouin. I don't know if I'm saying that word correctly. In Kuwait. Chantal is still paying for rent on the villa, but if she falls behind, Pete might get kicked out. Okay. Now, these couple of tweets, I'm like, okay, this is kind of just, was it okay? So apparently because he's not bound to Kuwait, because he's not a Kuwait citizen, he is able to travel and go around because he's not really that. Someone, I forgot who was, a friend of mine had explained it to me, and I honestly can't remember exactly what she said. Well, I know what she said, but I'm just like, I can't full on say it on here because I'm just like, girl, no, because I know I'm going to get it wrong. Anyway, girl, Lolo, if you watching this, girl, explain it down below for them, girl. Explain it down below for them, girl. I know you be watching, girl. Hey, girl. But yeah, so, honey. Anyway. But Salah being half Egyptian, I've said, ain't it funny she found another Egyptian? Ain't that funny? Girl. But see, now, that plays into another tweet that we'll get to down the road, okay? And then, of course, Chantal, she's still paying on the rent, but if she falls behind, then Peace will get kicked out. That's kind of just normal. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of standard. I mean, I don't know what's revealing about that. That's just a given. If you fall behind on paying your rent, you might possibly get kicked out. That's kind of obvious. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that's, So that's not really too much of really nothing right there, but that's just me. Alright, so here we go. So next up it says, Chantal knows she has broken several laws in Kuwait. Nader and Allah both said that they have proof of all of this in case Salah and Chantal claim that they are lies. Nader believes that Chantal is ruining Salah's life because she wants to make him jealous to use the word husband. Okay. Now we know that she's broken Kuwaiti law because of the fact that now we know that thanks to FBRC and the research that he did, when she had filmed like the oil fields and all that kind of stuff when they went on their camping trip. Yeah, so we know that she did break some law. That was one law right there that she broke. I can only imagine, given the fact that she's done sat here and raised on the internet God knows how many times and said God knows how much shit, she's basically broken laws. Hell, she done sat here and she done doxed Allah's wife and talked about the kids and shit. Everyone done found the wife's Facebook and everybody sitting there talking about and people know what his children look like and all this shit. So I'm like, you damn right. I'm pretty sure she has broken some laws. I mean, fuck. She's over here playing around in the Middle East. Look, I'm just gonna be honest and like I tell anybody, okay? If Chantal wants to avoid Kuwaiti jail, she needs to get her ass out of the Middle East ASAP. Okay? AARP. Well, not AARP. I'm sorry, I cracked myself up. But she needs to get the fuck up out of there ASAP, okay? Because I'm sorry, she's not gonna basically do all this shit. Because for real, I do think she's trying to make Nada jealous. Because she's still sitting here talking. We literally saw her go into his chat talking about, oh, you lied to me. Oh, you lied, you cheated, you abused, you did all this to me. The yang, 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 the wah, 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 wah. The normal shit we hear from Natter. We already know, girl. Calm down. We know. We know. Ho. Okay. Ho. Like, literally. And I'm like, hell, now, I wouldn't particularly say she's ruining Salah's life. I would say, if anything, Salah's ruining his own life by sitting here fucking around with Foodie Beauty, and that's on period. Because I'm like, little baby, you think that she's gonna sit here and be Jehovah, your savior? Yeah, and she's gonna basically be that girl to help you out. That's not the case, sweetie. She's not gonna be that girl. You may think she's gonna be that girl for you, but she's not gonna be that girl. I'm sorry to tell you. I hate to tell you, honey. Okay. And really, if she really is doing, and I could see her really just doing this just to make Nana jealous. I really could. She is that level of just, imagine, and the fact that basically he's half Egyptian. So you mean to tell me she just randomly found a man who just happened to be part Egyptian? And I said, oh, okay. So she found another part Egyptian man to make her Egyptian love affair, her basically be all mad. I said, girl, please. Okay. And now we're finally down to the final part of Mo Translates thread. Also, again, like I want to say before we finish this up, like I said, shout out to Mo Translates. Go check out her channel. It will be linked down below. Also, I will also have a link to the thread. And if you want to basically go save it yourself, like I said, thank you once again to Mo Translates. So let's get into this final part. So it says that Allah just wanted to be friendly and asked Chantal for her WhatsApp app, and she made it sound like Allah wanted her. Salah and Chantal won't share their bedroom. They are not sleeping together because they are not married. If they sleep together, they would be breaking law. Okay? So let's break down this last part. Okay? Chantal is honestly that type of grimy bitch. And I'm just gonna say it. I can see and believe that Chantal is that grimy bitch who will sit here and basically make it seem like as if just because someone was trying to be nice to her, or rather a man trying to be nice to her, all of a sudden turn it around and make it seem like, oh baby, he was trying to hit on me, he wanted me. And I'm like, Chantal is that level. See, she's that kind of girl. Oh, she is that kind of girl. Because in her mind, everybody wants her. Y'all remember how back in the day, hey hell, all the Wendy's man had to do was sit there and give her 2 extra napkins, and apparently he wanted to get down on one knee and propose to her. Shit, if the ice cream man basically gave her an extra scoop of Rocky Road, he basically wanted to sit. He was basically ready to confess his undying love in her mind. I mean, shit, she is literally that level of delusional because she is a narcissistic person. She is literally a type A narc. Like, and this is what type A narcs do. Who, like, for real. Like, she needs, please, to say they're talking about, oh, he wanted me. And I'm like, okay, girl, you smell like cheese, okay? Everybody, come on. Every man who has ever dealt with you have all said you have a terrible personality and you smell like cheese. Ma'am, you might want to somehow go to the gynecologist and get that figured out, because if your her ass is still smelling like cheese, there's a problem. That's a problem. You should never smell like cheese. And you know, oh, if she smells like cheese, girl, oh, that probably means you ain't washed with your funky ass. Sitting there talking about every man wanted her. I said, girl, you are not a prize. Okay, you ain't nobody's prize. Girl, you ain't even the constellation prize. Okay, you ain't even that. Talking about somebody a prize. I said a prize, girl. You want who wanted you? Okay, you lying to yourself. Oh, lies. Lies and fairy tales. Oh, And then Chantal is it in Salah don't share a bed. Okay, again, y'all. Her stream even just from last night, where she was literally up all night. She was up, y'all. Why do y'all think she be up at all hours of the night while he's in bed? Because she knows she can't sleep in the bed with him. She knows she can't be in the bed with him. She has streamed so many hours of the night, and she'd be like, oh, it's 2:30 in the morning, and I got nothing to do. Why are you up at 2:30 in the morning? She'll say, oh, it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I got nothing to do. Girl, why are you up at 4 o'clock in the morning? She literally stayed up until 7 o'clock in the morning. In her last stream, was it before or she did the live stream about Nader and Dee Doo Doo? Basically sitting here, and she was up. She literally said it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm about to go say good morning to my baby. So you mean to tell me you spent the whole night, girl, the whole night, not in bed with this man? But you want us to sit here and believe that y'all are married, but yet you literally are not in bed when this man is in bed, and he is in a whole different room. Why is he always in a whole different room than you? Why is he in one room and you in another room? Because y'all ain't sleeping in the same bed. Because you want to know why? Y'all ain't married. You're not married. It's fake. Your marriage is fake. Fake. Literally, I'm like, I'm sorry, but like, come on now. Like, this is the thing, right? Foodie says, oh, I always tell on myself. And you do. You do. You do tell on yourself. Like, you literally sat here, dragged Allah, and talk about our marriage is real. And then the next day, you're going to be like, hey guys, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just going to be sitting here doing a stream while my husband's asleep. And I'm thinking to myself, like, why are you literally up at all hours of the night? And then it clicked. Because you can't sleep in the same bed. Like, girl, like I said, look, Chantal, here's a piece of advice from me, from Dre the Stallion. Here's a piece of advice. If I never gave you a piece of advice, get the literal fuck out of Kuwait. Get the literal fuck out of Dodge. Stop playing around in the Middle East. Salah, go make nice with your family and call it a day. Okay? Girl, stop playing in the Middle East before your ass ends up basically in Kuwaiti jail. Hell. For real. Oh my God. If you literally, that's the look. In 2023, I will give, that is my one piece of advice for you. Get the fuck out of the Middle East. Get the fuck out of Dodge before you end up in Kuwaiti jail. Because what y'all doing is highly illegal. Okay? And what y'all doing? This ain't cute, sis. This is not cute. It's not. And if you, like I said, look, if you playing around, girl, look, you playing. And you think, look, you think regular jail is hard, girl? I can only look. I don't know how Kuwaiti jail is, but Kuwaiti jail, hell, they don't play. They don't play over there, girl, but she'll learn. Rather, was it she'll learn one way or another, but actually, no, she won't. She won't learn because she always somehow gets out of accountability. So, yeah. Anyway, like I said, you guys, shout out to Mo Translates. Thank you so much for basically putting the thread down, for basically doing this thread. Like I said, I will have a link to her channel down below. I will also have a link to the thread down below. Oh, also, I want to thank everybody who basically watched this video. I appreciate y'all. Look, girls, like I said, I'm so sorry I was gone for so long, but Kuwait has been boring, honey. And also down below, like I said, will basically people to basically go and support, as well as a link if you want to support me and the channel. But please do not feel obligated to do so. I'm just so happy that you are here. Okay? And until next video, bye! Enemy, roll that outro.
You say that I'm psychotic, but then you like it like that. It's like every time the conversation changes and no one